up for the 2-0 behind right now, and it's not gonna be easy against a clan like LLL. That's for sure. I have to say though that these guys from ScG have so far impressed me a lot actually. They have been playing really good. The last game was also very good. It's gonna be from ScG. Who's your Dodo? That's a really amazing name, by the way. And Killer Miller. These guys are creative. And who are they gonna face?
They are going to face Lowland Lions Mel, the green Terran at 9 o'clock, and the purple Terran at 11 o'clock, Lowland Lions Traditional. So we have Traditional Mel.
Yep, traditional Mel against a Killer and Who's your Dodo. It's funny names though, you gotta admit. We will see
True.
how they try to engage this. A 2v2 very different from a 1v1. So many strange things can happen. And two Terrans. Last week we saw someone trying to 6-pull that, but luckily the Zerg's not going for that.
Yeah, that didn't work last time, and it wouldn't have worked this time. Both
Nope.
the Terrans, of course, are getting the wall offs, so it was a little bit of a awkward game last time we casted Terran versus Zerg on this map, because 6-pull is never going to work versus a Terran, like, by a long shot. Alright, so we see the gas being taken by Mel and also by Traditional. I wouldn't be... You know what I would like to see? I would like to see Reaper opening from both of these guys
Yes.
and controlling by only one of them, because you can get a lot of Reapers very quickly in a 2v2 when you have two Terrans on your team. So let's see if they actually end up doing that. And it would be super effective, I have to say.
Yeah, it would be really, really cool to see something like a double Reaper. And like you said, if you make one guy control it, the other guy can macro behind it. Now, the person that's controlling it obviously will have a very micro-intensive job, but it's not harder to micro two Reapers than one Reaper, to be honest. It's the same.
Yeah,
So,
exactly, because you
it
move
would be
them in
good.
a group and then just reposition them every now and again. But no, it is going to be Marines. Just Marines, at least for one of these guys. Yeah, both of them. So, Miller is just positioning his overlords to have good scouting. Traditional is spotting for any suspicious Ling or Stalker move out. They're both of the Terrans are getting a good scout on their opponents. Now, one of the things you cannot deny as a Protoss or a Zerg is scouting early game, apart from Terran that can just wall off their ramp.
Now, one of the things the Terrans are doing though is they're both making a bunker. That's I wasn't expecting that. And if you would make a bunker, I would expect it to be here at the ramp, because that just makes so much
Yeah,
more sense. But right now they're both gonna go for a factory, and
the
they're both
reactor.
gonna go for a bunker, and they're mining
I
gas behind this. What?
Yeah, I think the bunker is there because they only have one Rex, and they're going into either Hellions or Widowmines. I think it's going to be Hellions, or maybe Hellion and Widowmines, like
Yes,
split
that's
the production among themselves. And versus a 4-gate combined with roaches or lings, or any kind of early attack, you're not going to hold that ramp without a bunker. With a bunker, that's an entirely different story. But then again, they did see the expansions for both of these players, so
yeah.
it makes
That's
me wonder, what are you
that's
afraid of, guys?
what are you thinking? I mean, they see that they're expanding, so your mindset should be they're expanding, so they're not early aggressioning. In my opinion, anyway. And they're making bunkers. That's awkward for me. Now the Hellions will come out and poke at this Stalker. Might actually take it down with 4 of them. Doing a good job so far. But I'm actually surprised what's gonna follow this up, because we see 2 Widow Mines. I think these guys have something crazy in plan for us, Patrick.
Yeah, I think they're just going to they're going to attack with Hellions, cut down on the Ling numbers and Harvester numbers, and then in the meantime, while their enemies are occupied defending the Hellions, because they are going to be microed, they will just set up Widow mines at their naturals mineral lines. That would have been good.
One of the things I like is that I think that the guys from LOL were actually doing almost the same thing. Because I'm watching the production tab,
Yeah.
and I see lines of the same structures being
Yeah,
built.
exactly the same build. Starport's going down right now. Now the Hellions and the Widow Mines are coming in. There's only one Stalker and there's a lot to defend versus this. The Widow Mine cannot. Oh my God! The target of the cannon. Oh, okay. The Widow Mine goes down. All right, all right. Because for a second there, the cannon just kind of switched targets and let the Widow Mine be.
Yeah, that was awkward. There's still a Widowmine burrowed outside of the base though, and this cannon once again really a little bit of a strange position.
4 kills on the Zerglings that tried to run past back home to safety. Well, it didn't work exactly like they wanted. Now, the only detection the Protoss has are cannons. That's stationary
Yeah,
defense. So
that's
they're
not the
softly
best.
contained. All it takes is like 2 or 3 more Widow Mines to burrow on that ramp, and these two guys cannot ever move out.
How many kills is that Widowmine on the ramp gonna have? By the way, it just almost killed a
Oh,
roach, but without anything to detect it, that could be really annoying because that's like the point where he's gonna that's nice, he's gonna burrow his spore crawler and the Widowmine just backs off.
hmm.
That's actually impressive if you have a Widowmine burrowed somewhere, you don't really watch it, and then you see something move on the minimap, and you're like, oh, that's a spore crawler, let's move it.
Okay, now this is going to be really funny. This is going to be exciting, guys. Both of these turns are going into mass factory mode.
Yep.
And we have not seen that much mech versus Protoss. Meanwhile, 2 Hellbats.
Hellbats
Very
drop
quick
into the
Hellbat.
main base of our Zerg opponent, and because the other guy wants to be cool as well, 2 Hellbats drop into the Protoss opponent because they're doing absolutely the same build.
Oh my goodness. And the Zerg and the Protoss are down. I mean, they are losing workers. And the biggest advantage out of this is for Traditional, who is at 40 SCVs. His body is at 32 compared to the now dwindled count of Miller and Dodo, which are at 23 and 28.
They're being so annoying with this. Well, I guess the bunker is just because they're gonna be aggressive all the time and they wanted something to defend, but because they're dropping, they're being annoying with mines. And they're just everywhere on the map. They know exactly what the opponents are doing by attacking as well. That's good for them because they can respond appropriately. But so far it still looks very much the same, except for the fact that we also have some Vikings coming out.
Yeah, the Vikings will be for denying overlords and giving vision. Another drop coming in at both sides, at the Zerg base and the Protoss base. At the Protoss base, it has been cleaned up quite a lot. And these Hellbats have 10 kills in between the two of them, so that's a very good job. And being done by Mel. Oh, he actually will get this one drone.
Yep,
Oh
he
my
will
God.
get it. He will get it.
Next, one last drone. One
It's all
last
he
drone.
ever wanted. Amazing.
Super crazy. So they're just massing Hellbats for the time being and preparing to expand again.
Yep. They're really doing such a good job of being aggressive. With the bases that are coming up, they're gonna have the economical lead, but they already had it because they killed so many workers early on.
Look at the super late lair here for ScG.
Yeah. Yes, really late lair coming up, and he really needs it as well because they need some overseers and stuff. But if you think about it, how much did the Terrans really pay for the attacks they did? They didn't attack with that much. Two Hellbats and a medevac isn't that much of an investment. Neither are 4 Hellions and 4 Widowmines. So
Yeah, exactly.
with low amounts of units, with low amounts of cost, they're doing so much damage, and they're being annoying.
I think being annoying is the worst part.
Yes. Right now, right now for the guys from ScG, it is. Because if something's annoying, you should do it against your opponent, because that usually works. Yeah.
Right, they're trying to move out, maybe. No, they're pulling back again. Well, I like these Hellions on patrol here out on the map for LLL, and these SCVs as well.
A lot of probes going down once again by 2 Hellbats in the mineral line. He just doesn't want to give it up, and drops going on non-stop. There is even a cannon, but the cannon didn't know what to shoot, so didn't get any kills.
Luckily the Nexus cannon, the full-town overcharge from the Mothership Core took care of that medevac and killed it. And now these scouting Hellions prove to be really useful because they have scouted the move out. But this is just Roach's Stalkers Zealots, and we have tanks. Once those siege up, there is no passing that line.
Yep, there are a few armored units in this composition, and tanks are
And we
really
have
good against armored
Hellbats.
units.
Hellbats are really tanky. I mean, they have 135 hit points and do splash in a wide radius.
Yep, they almost have the same amount of hit points as a roach, and they have
Yeah.
the splash damage, so in a lot of cases they'll do more damage, and we see the engagement going on. They actually do pick a decent point of engagement because most of the siege tanks are in the back from traditional, but
Oh,
they're
but
losing so
now
much.
they're
already.
entering. Now they're entering the siege lines,
Yep.
and there go the
No, there goes the mules! Oh, there goes the mules. And the
And I
mules
think
are
this is
going
going
to
to be
tank.
it.
Yeah, this is over. And
Or Manor Mules going down.
I like that these two guys really they trained this build. They must have done this at least 4 or 5 times, and they perfected it because they made everything at the same time. It looked very crisp. They did a lot of damage, and they had a really good plan going into this game. Nice. Same as last week. The guys really putting a lot of effort into team games.
Exactly. And once the remains of these armies fall, GG's should not be too far away, or maybe even rage quits, because quite honestly, let's face it, who wouldn't have rage quitted after a game like this? It was so super annoying for everyone.
Yep, it was really annoying for them. They do pick up one of or two of the mules. They are really high valued units. They can mine like 400 minerals, but it's not gonna help. And yeah, this is the end for ScG. And they were still in the winner bracket though, so they're gonna be playing again in the second round.
Yeah.
The losers bracket, and LLL will advance into the winners bracket. If you want to see more about the brackets, go to DutchStarCraftLeague.nl or .com and check the brackets out there, and you will see how these teams are doing.
Exactly. So we'll just wait until this game is concluded. Really, I have to say that these two guys are probably being really sour about their loss right now, and you know, a decent player would have GG'd a long time
Patrick,
ago, but
I'm gonna ping, and you're gonna be depressed when you see this.
yeah, I know there's a Nexus. I saw that. So I
And
don't know,
also
and there
hatchery.
is a hatchery, a hatchery in the middle of the map as well, but this is really unsportsmanlike.
Now, basically, what this does, the Nexus, when you need a lot of minerals and you don't need that much gas, what you do is you build it as far away from the geysers as possible, so that when they scan, like here, they won't find out you took that base. That's the whole
Yeah,
point of it.
that is true. And I have to say that both this hatchery and the Nexus were unscouted so far, even though the hatchery is right smack
Yeah,
dab in the
it's
middle
like
of the map.
next to the guys, running past it. This
Yeah, and
is
they just barely don't see it. Like, look at this. It's like 2 hexes away from being seen. Oh my goodness. And more Nexuses going down across the map.
yeah, well, it actually, like,
Oh my
I think it's
goodness.
a little bit disappointing to be honest, because the guys from ScG they played good games against the guys from LOL. Don't get me wrong. And it
I
was
know, but still, this
also
is...
during the first match I complimented the guys on being so sportsmanlike against each other. They were being friendly, they were
Yeah,
being appreciative, and it was a really good game. And right now, what you had was you had a good game. You had two guys duking it out against two guys. It ended, and they just don't leave. And for tournament play, that's a little bit too bad. So
yeah,
next
I mean,
time, don't do that.
yeah.
But really props up to both of the teams, so they did a really good job. And I don't think that LOL minds this that much anyways. It's okay. And we will see the GG without GG, and we will be hopping into the last series of the day soon.